Hey everybody, it's Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the full moon tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius. Now just to let you know, we do have a full moon coming up on the 14th of September, and usually I like to do these kind of reads, and the reason for that is because around the time of the full moon, there's usually something that was once hidden that is brought to the surface. There's usually quite a big revelation, right? That is linked to something that's quite emotionally charged. So that's why I like to do these readings, in order to help, prepare for that information that comes to light, so you're better equipped to deal with whatever circumstances ensues, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'll be using my own custom spread, using the Wild Unknown Tarot, clarifying with the intuitive as always. So let's get stuck in for you then. So what's currently going on with you right now? What is happening for the sign of Aquarius? Okay, so you've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I feel like the word that came to my head straight away was lackluster, right? So you feel like that connection, that spark in your life is kind of fizzled out right now. Like you don't, that passion, that, fire you had is kind of dwindling right now in some aspect of your life. It may be how you just feel in general, but you don't have that get up and go and that enthusiasm that you once had. You feel kind of lackluster. Okay, so let's have a look at that further, because that's quite vague, but that's definitely what I'm getting from this. Yeah. Your intuition is quite high at this time though. You feel that something is not quite right, that you don't have that gusto, that get up and go, that enthusiasm, that passion for life that you once had. It may be that you're feeling disconnected from other aspects of your spiritual self. Maybe you're not in communication enough with your higher self, your soul. So as such, your ego is suffering a little bit as a result. Could be that, but we'll clarify that as we go along, okay? So, okay, so the Seven of Swords wanted to come out desperately then. So yeah, I feel like something is keeping you locked in this energy, right? It may be that you're losing passion in your love life, and you may be thinking about looking elsewhere, okay? So you have to be a little bit careful with that, because I see there's kind of this, there's something sneaky about this energy here, like you're not feeling fulfilled, maybe sexually you're not feeling fulfilled. So you're looking elsewhere. Could be. I mean, I only take it if it applies, right? But it could be that. Or it's just that you're just not feeling, that spark anymore you once had with that person. So you're trying to think of what to do. You haven't communicated that yet, but you're just trying to find some kind of solution in relation to that. Yeah. So you've got the Three of Wands, so it's definitely not fulfillment, but that's what you're looking for, right? That passion, that connection, right? And you're looking for someone that embodies that, right? You're looking for the embodiment of passion. But the Father of Wands, that's the King of Wands, that's fire energy. So that's what I'm getting. There's a lot of fire energy already coming out from this, from that Ace of Wands in reverse, and then the Three of Wands. And in the King of Wands, I feel like this is the energy you're looking for, but you don't currently feel you have. So it may be that you're attracted to a fire sign, or just that energy that fire signs embody, right? So that's like, if you are attracted to a fire sign, that could be a Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo. But then you also got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords in reverse. So you're not communicating that as of yet with this person, whoever you're with. You haven't communicated that. Or if you're single and you have your eye on someone, you haven't told them how you feel yet, but you have a very strong desire for this person, right? Or if you're single and you haven't found someone like that, that's what you're looking for. But you haven't really communicated that to the universe yet. Okay, so just take it as it applies. It's different for different people. Yeah. You've realized that that's what you're looking for. Because you kind of, I feel like you were just kind of going along with your life, going forward as always. But then something awoke in you and you realized that actually I'm not feeling fulfilled in this way. So how you viewed things has changed quite quickly, and that's become very much at the forefront for you, like this need to have this intense, passionate connection with someone. Okay? So how are you feeling right now in regards to this? I mean, I can tell that you're feeling lackluster, but is there anything else at play here? Okay, so you've got the Six of Wands and the Fool in reverse. So you don't really want to go out looking for it, I feel. If you're single and you don't know this person already, I feel like you don't want to go looking for it. You want it to come to you, right? Like you're ready to get out there and have this connection, but you don't want to go be the one trying to make it happen or go looking for it, right? That you want it to just come to you, I feel. And then if it presents itself, then you will go for it. Or if this is someone you do have your eye on and you're single, I feel like, yeah, you're waiting for them to make the move. And then as soon as they make that move, then you will fly to them, right? You will go to them like this butterfly, okay? Because you want that passion, you want that connection. So it's just a case of whether or not they make the first move, because you're not prepared to put yourself out there, right? To make your feelings known. You want them to be the ones to do that. If you're in a relationship already, then I feel like you don't feel like you can put yourself out there because you're in a relationship. But you're really seeking this, right? So you're pulling away from the relationship regardless, because even if you don't realize you're doing that, that is what you're doing, because it doesn't fulfill you in that level. So whether you realize it or not, you're gradually drifting away from this person, even though you're not prepared to just put yourself out there when you're not technically available. If you're in a monogamous relationship, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look then in regards to what it is you're projecting, right? So what is it that you're showing the world? What is your outer mask, right? Not that it's something false, but just what is it that you're putting out into the world? What is it that others are seeing right now? You got the World card. So I think people are picking up on the fact that you're not satisfied, right? And it doesn't have to just be in a sexual sense. I mean, I get that quite strongly from this, but I feel like in general, like you just don't have that connection that you're looking for anymore, that spark that you're looking for. So people are already seeing that, right? And you may be going out more, you may be getting more dressed up, trying to put your best foot forward. You're trying to embody that, right? What you want. And people are noticing the difference, right? They're seeing you out in the world and thinking, hang on, what's going on with them? Like, they never used to be like this before. Are they single, or, are they, potentially dating someone else, or what's going on? Like, people are noticing that something's changed in you, and that you may be much more sociable, you may be going out more, drinking, getting to kind of flirtatious conversations with people when you're out and about. But you're definitely acting differently, okay? You're definitely putting yourself out there more than you were previously. Yeah. Because you're not fulfilled, you've not got that passion that you're looking for. So you're putting yourself out there in the hopes that you will attract that in some way. Okay? Because you're not getting that fulfillment. Okay. So what about in terms of any internal influences? Could there be something that's driving this other than that feeling? Yeah. You've got the Seven of Cups in reverse, so I think you feel like it wasn't quite what you imagined. That you thought it'd be one way and then it was another. or the person that, if you're in a relationship still, the person you're dealing with isn't putting the work in that you thought they would. They're not emotionally available in the way you thought they would be. Yeah, they're not giving you that attention that you need. So that's why you're kind of drifting off. If you're single, then, you know, maybe you've been single for a while, so you're looking to have that again, or maybe you didn't get that from your previous relationship, so that's why it's so in the forefront for you right now, like in your mind. If you have your eye on someone, maybe you feel like that's the person that you can get that from, but you don't know how they feel about it. You're not sure if they can give you that, and if they are the person that wants to, right? But you want that from them, I feel. Okay, so it's going to be different again depending on your circumstances. Just take it if it does apply, and how it does. So what about in regards to this reveal? What is being brought to your awareness around the time of the full moon? It could be at the time of the full moon, or it could be, so for example, it could be between the 13th and the 15th, because that's when the energy is going to be particularly strong in that transition period, or it could be any time within the next few days, okay? And you've got the Chariot, right? So this is Cancer's card, right? So this could be a Cancerian that you're dealing with. It could be that if you're in a relationship, your partner is a Cancerian. It could be if you're attracted to someone that you're not currently with, they could be a Cancerian. Or it's someone that has this Cancerian energy, right? Because all of this is like, you know, fire, and then plenty of water in this as well. Connection, 1 in the connection, 2 of cups, 7 of cups, you know, 3 of wands, ace of wands. So you really want this passion, but you want the emotion behind it as well. You don't want it to be like, you know, something fleeting, I feel. You want something that's got like longevity, right? So that's what you're seeking. And maybe that's why you have your eye on a Cancer, if it is. Because you know that they're passionate, you know they're very emotional, they're very compassionate, empathetic, sensitive people, right? And when they do feel strongly about someone, there is so much passion from them, especially in the beginning, right? As long as they feel emotionally fulfilled, then that passion tends to be long-lasting. So maybe that's why you've got your eye on this Cancer. Or maybe this just embodies the kind of energy of the person you want to be with. But it's also the Chariot, and the Chariot also represents moving towards something with great speed, with determination, with vision, and accuracy, okay? It's like you're moving forward straight ahead, right? Tunnel vision is this, right? So it could be that someone is coming in fast and making their intentions known, or you're doing the same, okay? So it could be you that's embodying this energy at this time, Aquarius, or someone of this disposition is coming towards you. Let's have a look, see if we can find out more. Okay, so you've got the Flower of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles. So it could be that, Middle of the Swords, you could be dealing with an air sign instead, but it's embodying that Cancer energy, or they could have Cancer in their charts. Yeah, it's the King of Swords in reverse, essentially. Or it could be that you're, someone's moving towards you, or you're moving towards them, but they're blocking it, right? They're not allowing it to happen because they're afraid of the consequences. Particularly if you are already in a relationship and this is someone else, they may be blocking it when you make the advance, or you may embody that energy because, you know, Aquarius, that could be very well your energy, being an air sign and all. So, yeah, it could be that you block it, right? That this person comes forward and you're just like, I literally can't. Like, as much as that could be very interesting, I can't, right? So it could be that someone makes their intentions known and you're like, oh gosh, like I can't do this. Like, how could I do this? Because if I do this, then, you know, I'm going to cause some real problems, right? But with it being in reverse, I feel like they may be able to get you to bend. That's the thing, so. Okay, and with the 9 of Pentacles in the upright, you do want this though. That's, oh my gosh, that's the thing. You do want this. This is not something that you really want this. So you may be convinced. If you are single, then yeah, you might not be willing to rush it. You might feel like it's moving a bit fast, but you do want it. So you might go ahead, or you might communicate that it's a little fast, but it is what you want, okay? So take it as it applies, but I feel like this is coming in pretty quickly, and you're just like, well, I don't know if I can do this, right? Okay, and what is the overall outcome? Oh, sorry, before that, I just want to look at the choice, right? The choice you have to make, because this is the reveal. I think it's obvious what the choice is, but let's just go there anyway, because, you know, I like to do these things as complete as possible. Okay. Okay, I pulled 4. Okay, so you got the 4 of Wands in reverse, so, oh gosh, yeah, this could signify the end of a marriage, if you are with someone. With the 8 of Cups in reverse, it's going to cause a lot of pain initially, but it's going to bring you out of a situation that no longer fulfills you. You got the 8 of Swords, so it's going to take time and a lot of healing for both parties involved, particularly the person who gets hurt. And the 5 of Wands in reverse, you're coming out of conflict though, so maybe this was like the catalyst to get these things out in the open, so you can communicate how you feel, and rather than arguing over why you're pulling away or why you're not so interested anymore, they at least are aware of why that is, because yeah, you're not communicating very well right now, so this will be like the thing that actually obviously brings that communication into play, but it's going to cause obviously kind of like a very big disruption, potentially a divorce, right? If you are married, that is, or a separation if you're in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, then I feel like this is just, because it is coming in so fast, it's not necessarily going to lead to anything substantial. That it might make you feel good at the time, but then there's no longevity to it because it just came in way too quickly, seemingly out of nowhere. Or because you're not willing to go with it and invest any time or effort or emotion into it, because you are very, very left-brained like that, Aquarius. That's not a diss at all by any means, but I'm just saying, like, you are very rational, you're very methodical and logical. You don't act based on emotion generally. So I think you might actually just cut it like off. So even though you might be tempted, I see in the previous position of the cards, like with the Chariot and the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Swords in reverse. So the temptation is there, but I feel like you're just going to cut it off before it even begins, because even though there's a chance that it will lead to happiness, it's just coming in very quickly, and you don't like that. You want to take things much slower. So I guess that depends also on how they react to that. So if they're not willing to take it one step at a time, go slow with it, then they're going to end up losing you, I think. Okay, so let's see if I can just get some quick clarification cards for you. So yeah, I just want to see I just want to see what this 7 of Cups in reverse represents. And that was in the position of, yeah, that was internal influences, right? And you have the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling like you're being neglected, and you have the Hierophant, so you feel that seeking that counsel, seeking that advice, maybe marriage counseling is an alternative, but you just don't see it bringing any kind of resolution. Or maybe you've tried that and you don't feel like it's working. This person is still not making the effort, is still not able to give you what you want, so you feel like you're being neglected, that your needs are being neglected in some way, or you're being left out in the cold. And that's the catalyst for needing this change, right? It could be that if you aren't married and you're single, that you've had a lot of people telling you that, you know, it's good to get back out there and, you know, just meet people. But you don't feel like anyone can give you what you're looking for, right? That you don't see anyone that has anything worthy of your time, right? They're not bringing anything substantial to the table. It's just some sweet nothings, and, you know, there's no sign of emotional fulfillment to back it up with. So you're just not really willing to put yourself out there right now. You want it to come to you, and the right thing to come to you, the right person to come to you. That's what I feel like with that. So yeah, any just last parting advice in regards to this outcome? Okay, so you've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. So, yeah, you need to be very, very honest, you know. Don't give any half-truths. Communicate clearly what your intentions are, what you want, what you don't want, and be honest. Ten of Wands. This circumstance is coming to an end. There is a new beginning on the horizon, potentially with someone new, because you also have the Knight of Pentacles, so someone that wants to create a new beginning with you. And yes, it's fire energy, it's coming in, sorry, not fire energy, it's earth energy, it's coming in quite fast though, but they do have potentially the desire to create a stable foundation with you, potentially. But you won't know that immediately, which is why you want to take your time with it, right? But either way, it's coming to an end, this circumstance, however it applies. And so it looks like someone new is trying to come in, okay? So, Aquarius, yeah, you got a lot to think about. So, I mean, whatever you decide to do, just try and do things in the most, you know, with the most integrity, okay? Because there are potentially people involved that could get hurt, okay? So it's important that you do it as fairly as possible to avoid as much drama and conflict and bad karma as possible, okay? So good luck with that. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. It's your life. I can just give you the information. If it applies, then cool. You know, I wish you all the best. Good luck. If you did find this really useful, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. So take care for now.